Hello again, it's Noob, and every now and again I find a lock which I thought I'd picked but I haven't. And I've even featured this lock in a few review videos where I have picked it, but I've not ever picked and gutted it and featured it in a video all of its own. Now I think this is a hardened steel Chubb padlock. It's 43mm wide, and other than that I don't know much about it. I don't think that it was made sort of in the UK in a Chubb factory or anything like that. I think this is one of those ones which they were made in probably China or Taiwan or something like that, but I don't really know the provenance of it. It is a 6-pin lock and the bitting is actually quite nice. I just think we should get on and put it in a vise and give it a pick and then gut it and see what is actually inside. I think just standard driver pins and some spool pins, but we'll see. So we're in the vise. A reminder of that key with its nice bitting, low cuts or long key pins in pin positions 1 and 4, high cuts everywhere else. Pretty nice actually, and this lock from experience can be pretty tricky. So I've got a 18,000th gem, top of the key weight tensioner in 1.3mm, and we're just going to go through this lock and see what we can find. So nothing on 6, 5, 4 little click I think, yeah, 3 little click, 2 little click, nothing on 1, back to the back. Pin 6 is binding a little bit I think, no. 3 again, give me a little click, 2 little click, nothing on 1, back to the back, nothing on 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe 1 is binding now, yep. So gave me a little click, back to the back to 6, still nothing, 5 still nothing, 4 still nothing, pin 3 still nothing, 2 and pin 1 maybe a bit more, yep, into a full set. Just check pin 6 at the back, bit of counter rotation, nothing on 5, 4, 3, 2 little click and 1, back to the back again, touch 6, tiny movement, pin 5 feels fine, 4 nothing, 3, 2 and 1. Going back to therefore pin 6 feels fine, 5 bit of counter rotation on 5, help that one, and I think we're set. Nothing on 4, 3 bit of counter rotation and we're set, 2 bit of counter rotation, and we are open. Look at that, nice. So that picked quite nicely actually. I'm really pleased about that, but not immediately easy as you saw. So I've got my pinning tray. Let's see if I can't get this open and gutted quite quickly. I'll probably find out that I've named the video something wrong and I have picked this before and I'm going to look silly, but do you know what? If it happens, it happens. I try to get this circlip off the back. It's very sticky, very old grease on this one. Put that circlip off. It's a bit very springy this one, so let's get that. Probably should lock this back up actually. I've got the key. I'll be able to get the circlip off a lot easier without chasing it around. And take that off so it doesn't spring away. Get the key in there. Get a little shim. I think I've got a shim over here. Grab one of these little small shims. Of course you can't pick the shims up because they are annoying and thin, but we'll go with that. Not much room in here to put a shim, but we will get this in somehow. There we go. All the way to the back. Get a follower. And I've got a nice follower here, and we're just going to push this whole plug out like that. And I bet these are all standard driver key pins. We've got a, oh yeah, I've already got 2 things in one go. Where are my tweezers? Ah, here they are. So steel anti-drill key pin with some serrations on, which is nice. Standard. Let's take out pin 4, 5 and 6. Reminds me a lot of a federal style lock because the key pins that are long enough do have serrations on. And then I can just dump pin 3 out. And the shorter key pins do not have serrations. Okay, and then we can swap over, remove the shim and take these out. So standard, and that's steel as well, so anti-drill. Spool pin in position 2, a spool pin in pin position 3, so these are all spool driver pins. Another spool driver pin in 4, another spool driver pin in 5, another spool driver pin? Yeah, another spool in pin position 6. So there we are. And my hardened steel Chubb 43mm re-pinnable padlock has now been gutted, and we can see these anti-drill steel pins, all the brass standard driver pins, the serrations on the pins which are long enough, so these are serrated overset trap pins, and then we've got all these lovely little spool pins in all the other driver pin positions apart from pin 1, which is standard. Whew, so there you go. This lock finally got its day. At least I think it has. Anyway, look, if you like this video, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to do so for more content like this. You can even hit that notification bell to be next notified when I upload content. If you have any comments about this lock or anything really, just please put them down below, because I do read all the comments and reply to as many as I can. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.